welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about something I've been wanting to for like 2 years now, which is crazy. If you've never seen my face before, hi, I'm Breanna. I have a cute little son and a wonderful boyfriend, and if you'd like to subscribe and see our future content, the button is below. Turn on your bells so that you are notified every single time that I upload. Since the grad season is creeping up slowly, I wanted to put out this video, not to like scare you or deter you, but just to like let you know. This is a story of how Sephora ruined my graduation. Just to preface this video, this is my experience, this is what I went through, this is not an experience I'm sure everybody has every single time they go in, but this is just like what I had gone through and I wanted to share. If you're kind of new here or recently subscribed and don't really maybe know the full story, I guess I'll quickly give you a background. So I got pregnant at 16 years old with my son Stefan, and I immediately switched high schools. I switched from like a normal high school to a parenting one. The school was full of pregnant and parenting teens, which was an awesome environment to be in and feel accepted and not just feel so odd and embarrassed. So I was really grateful that I was able to go there. And from the very beginning of my high school experience all the way back to grade 10, I was so looking forward to graduation. I was so excited for everything grad kind of had in store, and I just couldn't wait. And because I was pregnant and I switched schools and everything, I had to take an extra year. So I would have been in high school for 4 years total, which wasn't a huge deal because earlier in my middle school days I actually ended up skipping a grade, so at this point I was kind of caught up, you know. As I was in my final year of high school, I was so excited for the June month because that was grad month. Towards the end of the month we had finished all of our exams and we would be graduating. And because my school was a lot smaller than most high schools, I don't know for sure, but I want to say we had about 40 graduates. I could be totally wrong, but something like that. So we had the ceremony at a hotel, and it was just a very different experience than you would have at like a normal high school, which I actually ended up going to the banquet of my old high school, which was just like crazy. Something that we also did different that I know most high schools in my area don't is that we wrote all of our exams and then we did the ceremony, versus most high schools will do the ceremonies and all of that and then they'll write the exams, which I personally don't understand because like it's a graduation, but if you haven't written your exams, like how are you graduating, you know what I mean? So I think it was earlier in that school year I was able to pick up my dress and it was beautiful and I was so excited about it. I was hiding it from Mitchell the entire time. He had no idea what it looked like. I'd had a shawl, so I showed him the color of it, but he had no idea the style, like what it would look like on me, which was just so exciting. But I loved that dress. It was so beautiful. So the day finally came. I was up at like 6 a.m. I had a hair appointment at the school, the cosmetology room. The teacher had invited a bunch of other cosmetology teachers and it was just, we were all doing our hair. So I showed my cosmetology teacher the hairstyle I wanted an updo, and I will try and find the photo I showed her and show it to you guys. But it looked a little bit different. Like my hair, what she did looked a little bit different. It was still an updo, but it was more fallen and lower and just kind of a little bit different. It still looked nice and I still liked it, but it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. But at the same time, like you can't just copy paste the photo onto my head. Like we have different hair, different lengths, different textures, so it was fine. Like I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't super excited just because I didn't look exactly like I wanted to, but it still looked nice, so I was happy. So I got my hair done, and then I think at like 10 I had my Sephora appointment. So if you didn't know, you can like go on their website and book a makeover or whatever they call it. I looked into a few different places, like MAC also. I think theirs was like more expensive or something, but I believe with Sephora you just buy $50 worth of products or something like that, and then you get the makeover. So it was something along those lines. I don't know, don't quote me, go look on their website. But I just found Sephora was a better deal and they have more products and whatever. I just figured, hey, why not go to Sephora? I had booked the like 1 hour session to get my full face done, so I would have time to go home, get dressed, get all my jewelry on and whatever, and then go and meet the photographer and another family we were doing photos with kind of in the downtown area. Stefan was with my grandparents the whole time, so that was nice. I didn't have to worry about him and the placement of him. So Mitchell was at home getting ready and I was going to get my makeup done. So I arrived, I was a little bit early, and because of that they were able to do like a little facial on me, which was very nice. And then I meet the girl that was going to do my makeup. So she comes up to me, she's like, hi, like whatever, my name's whatever, what do you want done, kind of thing. So I showed her photos that I had on my phone. I was like, this is kind of what I want. My dress is like a burgundy red color. I don't want anything overpowering on my face. I just wanted like natural, a natural glam, if you will. You know, I wanted it pretty, just beautiful, you know? So the first thing she grabs was the Makeup Forever HD foundation, which I know is like a common one that a lot of people love and cherish, but it never looked good on my skin. And I personally used it. I have a bottle and I just don't love the way it looks. But anyway, she grabbed it. And at this point, I'm like, whatever, like these are professionals. They know what they're doing. I'm just gonna go with it. So I go and I sit down in their little makeover section and she starts bringing over products. Mind you, she took like quite some time picking out different eyeshadows, different products, which is fine, but we were also on a time crunch and I really needed to like leave in an hour. She starts with my face, she's like blending in the foundation, doing this and that. It looked fine, like no complaints really. She had then done my eyebrows and she kind of like asked me how I liked them and I kind of explained it, but she did it weird. I don't know, I've never done my eyebrows that way, but like it didn't look terrible. It's like whatever. Then she started doing my eyeshadow, and at this point, you guys, it's like 10:50, okay? 10 minutes before my appointment was supposed to be over. This girl is just like starting my eyeshadow. Girl, I gotta go. I cannot be here right now, and I'm stressing, right? I'm like looking at my phone, like, oh my goodness, like it's really freaking late right now. You need to pick up the pace. So she used the Urban Decay, like the Heat palette, and she started blending stuff out and whatever. I quickly noticed that she had like left to go get eyeliner or something. I quickly noticed that the eyeshadow like had a very distinct like unblended line. Girl, did you blend? Like it didn't look like that at all. And I am very much a pushover, and I'm sure most people are kind of in that like getting services done, like when people go get their nails done, they don't point out the little flaws because they don't want to be rude kind of thing. That's me all day, every day. So like I'm just like trying to keep my cool and just being like, okay, like whatever, it's fine. Let's just write it out, you know, it's fine. So she comes back with the eyeliner and she starts to do a winged liner, which I don't necessarily recall requesting. I just think maybe one of my photos just kind of had like a wing, whatever, like whatever. If you can do a nice wing, I'm all for it. So she's doing it. She does the line. She kind of gets closer to my face and then she backs off and kind of makes like a face. I'm like, huh, you know? So she goes and like wipes it off. Then goes back in. She did this like 5 times, and okay, listen, that's stressing me out, okay? First of all, it's very, very late for me to be here. You keep backing away and looking at my face as if you're just very unimpressed with your work, which is not good because I'm trying to go and graduate, you know? After doing, like my eyelids at this point are like raw because she keeps wiping stuff away. The eyeshadow was all messed up. It was more messed up than it was previously to this. She does it a final time and she's like, look, like, do you like this or should we just not? So I look and I kid you not, you guys, it was the thickest line I have ever seen. And it wasn't one that tapered out either. It just looked horrible. It looked like I did my eyeliner when I was 12. Like it looked so bad. Like, girl, how are you working here? I look in the mirror and I'm like, no, this doesn't look good. And I told her, you know, I'm not just gonna go, you know? But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, you know what? I have at home this like little eraser felt tip thing where like, it's kind of like an eyeliner, but it's like a clear one. So essentially you use it to like correct lines or whatever. So it's just like kind of like a eye makeup remover in like a felt tip. It's awesome. I think it's by Heart Candy. It's good stuff. But I was thinking like, oh, I can fix it. It's okay. Just finish it. Let's go. So I say no though. I'm like, no, like this doesn't look good. Can you not tell that this doesn't look good? So she calls over another girl, and by the time they both come back, I'm sitting there and I just couldn't control the tears that are pouring down my face. And if you know me, you know that I don't cry. It takes a lot. Like if you watch any of the videos that Mitchell and I talk about this, like he's seen me cry less than 5 times in our entire relationship, which has been a long time. I'm not a crier. I don't cry. I get frustrated, I get mad, I get sad, but I rarely cry. So the fact that I'm sitting here and like, especially in public, like I can't just sit there and cry in front of strangers. Like that's not who I am. So for me to sit there in this Sephora chair, looking at myself in the mirror and uncontrollably pouring tears, unheard of, just unheard of. And mind you, I tried to fight back these tears so hard, but I just couldn't, because slowly my magical long-awaited day was crumbling to pieces. So it was just like really upsetting. And the fact that it was so late and I was gonna be now late for like my photos and stuff, and I made sure that I was like nagging everybody, like you have to be there on time, like my grandparents, my family, they were all coming to take photos with us. You have to be there on time, don't be late, leave early, be there on time, as I'm still sitting in a freaking Sephora chair when I need to be on my way there. So this other girl comes over, they both notice that I'm bawling. She's like, what's wrong? Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm literally sitting there like, look at this. She's like, look at what? Like my eyeliner, can you fix it? How do you want me to fix it? So I asked her, I'm like, can you fix this? Can you make it look like an eyeliner wing is supposed to look like? So she erases it again. This is a different girl, just so we're clear. She erases it and she like does it, and it doesn't look great. It doesn't look like something I had envisioned, but like it looks better than it did. So I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. Again, eyeshadow is unblended. I'm like, can you please blend my eyeshadow? She's like, yes. So she blends it. It looks okay. Then they're like, okay, we need to go and pick out eyelashes for you. So I pick out just like literally like the first ones I see. I think they were by Tarte, I want to say. They were so uncomfortable. Like, okay, I paid like $20 for those eyelashes, and the most uncomfortable things I've ever worn, but whatever, no tea, no shade. So they made me pay for those eyelashes with like a portable credit card thing, and she like tries to put them on, but because there's like still liquid profusely pouring out of my face, she like has to tell me like, you need to stop, or like the glue will not like adhere, you need to stop crying. I can't control it, I'm just so upset, you know? So I do my best and she gets them on. Again, my eyes are bloodshot red. Everything just doesn't look great. Like my foundation's obviously a little bit wonky because I've been crying. Like it just doesn't look great, and I'm just so upset about it. And at this point, right, like as I'm over here crying and like trying to get my eyeliner fixed, everybody's blowing up my phone. And you can imagine how just, oh, that is, okay? Everybody's there, everybody's at the location, and I'm still at Sephora, okay? Everyone's blowing up my phone. Where are you? What's going on? Mitchell keeps calling me and calling me. I'm like, Mitchell, like I'm so upset right now. Like, please stop calling me. So I call him and I tell him like, bring my stuff to the mall. You need to come here now. I don't have time to go home. So like by the time he kind of gathered everything, I was kind of on my way out. So I call him back. I'm like, it's okay, stay there. Like I'm coming. Just bring everything downstairs. And by downstairs, I mean like the visitor parking area, just like not like the garage. So I actually had to put on my dress and everything in a parking lot. I didn't have time to go upstairs and get changed, because by the time I had gotten back to my house, it was like half an hour past the time that we were supposed to meet at our photo location. So you can imagine how stressed out and sad I was, because like things are ruined, right? I don't have time to, like my photo time was cut down in half, if not more. Like I was just so upset, you know. These photos were so exciting to take, and like I was just so looking forward to this day, and like Sephora just effed it up. And the fact that I've been hiding this dress from Mitchell for the longest time, like it's just so heartbreaking that this is how he had to see it on me. And like, you know, like he did take the time to just like hold me still and like say like, you look so beautiful, whereas I'm just like, oh, you know, it was horrible. Like, can you imagine just being naked in a parking lot trying to get your grad dress on? Like it was not a look. And by the way, I actually did start vlogging that day in the morning. This is also before Mitchell and I kind of like really got into YouTube. But I did start vlogging, and then I just stopped because my day was slowly heading downhill. So I just stopped vlogging. It would have been good to have that footage to look back on and perhaps insert in this video, but it didn't happen. I did not vlog. I was too stressed out. I'm too upset. We get in the car, and as we're like driving, I'm putting on my shoes, I'm putting on my earrings, I'm like getting everything on me other than the dress. So we arrive at the location. We were literally like an hour late, and I felt so embarrassed. I was just so apologetic because of me being here at this time, we are going to be now late to like the reception. And it's not just me, right? Like our other friend, like my friend Haley and John and their daughter Alana, which is Stefan's like little BFF, were also there with us, right? So like we all wanted like group photos and stuff, and at this point like we're so late that like they're also gonna be late, you know? The photos did go well though. I still had like tear marks on my face everywhere, and I was just so upset, and I had to text like the vice principal and say like, hey, we're so sorry, like I'm late, like whatever. And I did arrive like literally right before everybody was like getting ready to like walk on stage with their like gowns. I was just so freaking stressful, and then I ended up crying a ton more at the ceremony because it was just so sweet. I feel like graduation is a big thing for every kid, but because I had a kid, I feel like graduation was like a little bit of an extra thing for me. So for Sephora to like impact it this much just like was not cool. Initially, my friend Haley also had an appointment at a different Sephora, and she ended up canceling it last minute and said like, you know, I'd rather do my own makeup, and if it doesn't turn out well, like I have just myself to blame, but if I go somewhere, pay money, and then they don't do it right, like I'm gonna be so mad. Like girl, they're professionals, they know what they're doing, like what are you stressed about? I should have done my own makeup. I would have done a way better job by myself, and it would have just been, it would have been great. So again, this video is not meant for you to cancel all of your Sephora makeover appointments or deter you from making them in the future. Just, I don't even know, like maybe find out who would be doing your makeup and like see their work, or just hire somebody that has a portfolio, if you will, and has a good reputation. Because I should have, like, I know a woman that's amazing, and she like comes to homes. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that. I'm sure it would have been cheaper anyways, but yeah, just do your research. Don't do what I did, and don't just trust them because they're professionals. But at the same time, like I know there's amazing makeup artists that work at Sephora, so I think it's a very hit or miss. Yeah, do your research, find out where you're going, see what other people have said or witnessed or experienced, and make your judgments based on that. I'm not trying to badmouth Sephora or anything like that. This is just an experience that I had that scarred me quite a bit, and just honestly took away from a very special day of mine. It's still, you know, like I graduated and we took photos and whatever, but it was just a lot of unnecessary stress and just disappointment and tears that could have easily been avoided. I don't know if it was that girl like wasn't trained enough. I know she was part-time there, so maybe that had an impact on it. I just think if you're going to advertise these girls as incredible like makeup artists and whatever, like you need to make sure they're trained accordingly, because I don't think that I received that. I don't think the girls that did my makeup were very well trained. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, this was such a big day for me, and like had this been my wedding day, I probably just like would never step foot into Sephora again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative. If you decide that Sephora is something you want to do for your graduation makeup, just be cautious. But otherwise, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any stories similar to this, or any experiences you have with like Sephora, MAC, Ulta, wherever you go or have been. I'd really love to know. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.